Hello. Afternoon. Right, now we're going to have some fun. Right, just an example. When basically the police had no reason to be, when they had no evidence against me, Monday the 23rd of January, I forget which year this is, 3 officers turned up at 5:15 in the morning. I wasn't here. I'd left for work, you see. Saturday, the 28th of January, 2 officers turned up at 11 o'clock at night. Again, I wasn't here. This is the benefits of living in a cab, you see, because you just park up for the weekend and stay in it. And then Sunday, the 5th of February, 5 officers turned up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, I think this was when I'd sent this letter out. This was from Inspector Paul Rogerson, and I'd made about 100 copies and passed them around the neighbourhood. And the reason I'd done that was because he says Cambridge Police cannot accept complaints against Huntingdonshire District Council or their employees. So basically, HDC, he did write to me again with some babbling rubbish about how they would, but he'd done it, really, hadn't he? And then Cambridge Police will not enter into any discussion about outstanding monies, fines, or debt required by the court service or Huntingdonshire District Council. So again, basically the council could come around, smash your door in, take all the cash you've got in the house or whatever, and the police wouldn't investigate. Cambridge Police. Now, as you'll be aware, some of you will remember when I returned my army medals. This was someone else I said I was going to name. And I first returned them to the police to say, you can return them to a military base and explain why. Obviously 25 years worth of theft in the public purse orchestrated by John Major. So I've got this, I found this post-it note thing here. Mr. Dacres, I refer to my email dated blah blah blah. Please find enclosed your medals, Kim Campbell. Now that's the Chief Constable's PA. So they just returned them to me. I thereafter sent them to Buckingham Palace. I can't find that letter, actually. I didn't find it yesterday anyway. It took me most of yesterday to sort all this out. But not to worry, that's Kim Campbell. So she approves of 25 years of theft in public affairs. This is good. I've got this back from HM Courts and Tribunal Service. We are not an organisation that provides products. Because when I paid one of the fines, I'm not sure I've got it in here in this one. No, well, I will get onto that. When I paid one of the fines, you get an email back saying thank you for placing your order. So I asked for my product was. There you go. They're not an organisation that provides products, but they are indeed an organisation. So that's the court's fate. That was what they said when they had me in cells the whole weekend. That was what they said was their warrant, which initially they denied needing. Cambridge Police, they denied. Then they sort of admitted they did need a warrant, and that was what they gave me. Here you go. I mean, I can't even read it, especially not with these contact lenses. And then, of course, I wrote to the Chief Constable, obviously the last Chief Constable, who decided, despite the fact I hadn't been charged or arrested with any offence, to carry out a personal vendetta against me. That's Alec Wood. Now, I've got the letter here from him, 7th of June 2016. I write to acknowledge receipt of your letter. We will contact you in relation to the issue you have raised in your letter as soon as possible. And by that he meant he was going to try and come round and arrest me. Well, he's going to send his flunkies round to arrest me anyway. Interestingly, that's the record of my statement. I think there's laptops where they're going to do things backwards, I'm not sure. But there you go, they lost it. And then, as if we needed any more proof, these were comments that popped up on the YouTube channel, which I took a screenshot of and I've since printed out, and provided in evidence in court, which was all completely ignored. Because as we know, the CPS aren't allowed to speak to me, and Judge Enright of Crown Court told me I wasn't allowed to give evidence in court. So this was a guy called Pigman, and these comments were deleted about 2 hours later. The money is gone, why pursue it? It was only about 5k per employee. What's that bias? A second-hand car or something? The money was nice, but not life-changing or anything. Best just to drop it. The same guy asked what was wrong with me for trying to find out where the money had gone. Because at the time this was coming through, I didn't have a full picture of the thing. And here he is again. It was those Price Waterhouse idiots, the auditors, who I sent in myself, interfering. Everything was fine up till then. Because of those prats, my yearly trips to Thailand are out the window. Just an accounting thing, not criminal. Now, shall I explain a bit I know about, right? I don't know, I can only assume they've been pocketing a load more cash, but they had these trading licenses for these hot food vendors, you see. And because it started in the 80s, and they didn't even do that properly, but because it started in the 80s, there was a lot of cash payments. So they were never hitting the accounts. It was all going straight in their pockets. And it was all run by Greg Peck, who was the licensing chief at the time. Sorry, that's Twitter going mad. He was a licensing chief at the time. And he used to take the money off the traders when they came in. Straight in the back pocket. Now this will crack you up. The 7 Principles of Public Life. .gov.uk. You can Google this yourself. Selflessness. This is how MPs and police and everyone are supposed to behave. Integrity. Holders of public office must avoid placing themselves under any obligation to people or organisations that might try inappropriately to influence them in their work. Freemason springs to mind, doesn't it? Objectivity. Holders of public office must act and take decisions impartially, fairly and on merit, using the best evidence. I'll get onto a bit of that later, actually. Without discrimination or bias. Accountability. Holders of public office are accountable to the public for their decisions and actions. Really? Well, just now, with all these made-up COVID rules, who's responsible for that? No one's responsible for that because they had the 2-week collective cabinet decision-making thing. So no single minister is ever going to be held accountable for any of the COVID rules. Openness. Holders of public office should act and take decisions in an open and transparent manner. Honesty. Holders of public office should be truthful. Oh, this is on the channel, guys, but since videos keep getting removed and disappearing, Leadership. Holders of public office should exhibit these principles in their own behaviour. They should actively promote and robustly support the principles and be willing to challenge poor behaviour wherever it occurs. So 25 years worth of theft in the public purse must be exemplary behaviour then. This will crack you up. This is a copper's oath. I do solemnly and sincerely declare and affirm that I will well and truly serve the Queen in the office of Constable with fairness, integrity, diligence and impartiality, upholding fundamental human rights and according equal respect to all people. And that I will, to the best of my power, cause the peace to be kept and preserved and prevent all offences against people and property. These are the people who are arresting people for not identifying themselves because they're unlawfully sitting on a park bench. And that while I continue to hold said office, I will, to the best of my skill and knowledge, discharge all the duties thereof, faithfully according to the law. Love it. Right, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to come, guys.